Extreme Rules Close Up! Whoa! Whoa! I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlogger who always tells it like it is. First time trying that with Adobe Premiere. I hope it worked. Anyway, it seems the WWE has gone back to having the non-major premium live events be more about quality than quantity. Nothing wrong with that, really. The majors have both in spades most of the time. And with it no longer being pay-per-view and it being available on Peacock in the US and WWE Network elsewhere for less than what it used to cost on pay-per-view, there's no real need to have 10 matches when it's not SummerSlam or Survivor Series or the like. And unlike the named PLE of the last few years, every match has a stipulation involved this year. And they all seem rather ECW-ish, if you want to call it that. Only the women's titles are on the line, but in rather brutal ways. A strap match, I Quit match, Donnybrook, whatever the flying Finley that is, and the first fight pit match in years. I'm actually looking forward to this event, much like I did the first ECW One Night Stand. So let's get mean and nasty, but hopefully not bloody. Here are my predictions for Extreme Rules 2022. We'll start with the good old-fashioned Donnybrook between the Brawling Brutes and Imperium. An Irishman, two Brits, an Austrian, a German, and an Italian walk into a ring, and what happens next is utter chaos. No idea what exactly the rules are for this match. I'm suspecting it's like a 6-man Texas Tornado match with weapons, and the first to get pinfall and submission in the ring wins. Now, Gunther is proven to be superior to Sheamus at every turn, even if it means cheating to keep his Intercontinental title. And Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser are vicious in their own rights. Not that Ridge Holland and Butch aren't vicious. It's just that Imperium are vicious while still being ring smart. They can outthink the British Isle natives and, as such, avoid being clobbered themselves. So while I love the Brutes, the winners will be Imperium. I Quit match, Edge versus Finn Balor of Judgment Day. After all, when Edge pushed Rey Mysterio to the ground, I'm wondering where Adam's head is right now. Sure, he wants to end the faction that he created, but he can't be letting emotions get in the way. After all, without Rey around, it's essentially 4-on-1. And with no DQ, what's to stop Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, or even Rhea Ripley from getting involved? The only way this match ends is with one or the other shouting, "I quit," into the ref's mic. And while I can see Balor with more of a chance to shout it, Edge is no spring chicken. It's been 2.5 years since his return, and it ain't exactly been smooth sailing. Even if Rey shows up on his side, the odds are just too stacked against him. Winner is Finn Balor. Strap match. Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross. Yeah, this ain't exactly how I imagined Kross making his PLE return, but I guess if you want to be respected, you have to beat up the biggest and toughest guy in the yard. Now, this strap match has very simple rules. The 10 or so foot leather strap can be used in any capacity, but the pin or submission must be in the ring. Since both Kross and McIntyre had significant blows against each other using said strap over the last few weeks, it'll be hard to determine a winner. Plus, Scarlett will be there to protect her hubby if need be. Still, McIntyre asked for this stipulation, and even though that doesn't bode well for the one making it, this might be an exception. He ain't the Scottish warrior for shiggles, you know. It'll be close, but the winner is Drew McIntyre. Fight pit match. Matt Riddle versus Seth frickin' Rollins. So it's finally back. The match that was a signature match for Riddle and or Ciampa during the 3 times it was featured on NXT. Rules are dead simple. Only way to win is by submission inside the ropeless cage structure with a wraparound platform on top. Riddle has the know-how to do this match, putting Rollins at a distinct disadvantage. But when you think about it, it's just a smaller steel cage, and Rollins has been in many of those. There'll be some death drops from the platform to the floor of the pit, no doubt, but again, Rollins wasn't called the architect for shiggles either. If anyone can come up with a sneaky way to beat Mr. Spicoli at his own game, it's him, no matter who the guest referee is. Winner is Seth frickin' Rollins. Ladder match for the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair defends against Bayley. No doubt that Asuka and Alexa Bliss will be there to keep the rest of Damage Control out of Belair and Bayley's business in the ring, and maybe contend for the WWE Women's Tag Titles as well. Now, I really want Damage Control to be the toxic attraction of the main roster and own every belt available to them. And no doubt, Kai and Sky will do their best to make it happen, but Belair looks like she can probably add a new EST to her list. Extremist. Yeah, not a real word, but neither was bromance at one point. And like I said, Team AA will hold Kai and Sky at bay while Belair and her 4-foot braid do the rest. Winner and still champion, Bianca Belair. Finally, Extreme Rules match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. I do have to give it to Rousey for finally sending Adam Pearce packing, and if she's willing to break an arm of a WWE official, just imagine what she can do to Liv Morgan. Yeah, Morgan has shown she can be extreme as well, probably putting Lacey Evans out of the WWE for good this time, but Rousey was making women tap out as her J.O.B. while Liv was still in diapers, I'm sure. You get her in a match where anything and everything goes as long as the fall is in the ring, and Rousey will probably send Morgan halfway to the morgue. Look, Liv, I love you. You deserve to get that title after struggling so hard, but Rousey is in her element with these rules, and your limbs are going to pay the price for humiliating her at SummerSlam. Winner and new champ, Ronda Rousey. Those are my picks. At least it ain't a horror show. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling blogger who always tells it like it is. Stay safe, pray for peace, and I'll see ya